We thank Steve Barton of the Institute Hotel for allowing us to film this installation. This installation consists of 8 BeerTech conditioning units. Firstly, we established the approximate location of each keg so as to locate the power distribution unit in the best place, for allowing all the BeerTech conditioning units wiring to reach, hopefully without having to extend the wire. Each unit should be fitted with at least 2 meters of wire. This will be more apparent when watching the installation. Please note, this installation is being carried out while the lounge bar is fully functional with very little disruption to the beer flow and sales. Steve, our installer, first removes the broach head from the keg and proceeds to remove the beer pipe from the John Guest fitting. He then slides the BeerTech conditioning unit up the beer pipe, then relocates the beer pipe to the John Guest fitting, then locks the broach head back to the original keg, making sure all the fittings are replaced properly, then recharges the cellar buoy if needed. Please note there is no order to the direction of the BeerTech conditioning unit being slid onto the beer pipe. The BeerTech conditioning unit should be locked at each end, approximately 30 centimetres or 12 inches from the broach head. Locking the unit is done by carefully tightening the end of the unit. It is also beneficial to tape the gas and beer line together at each end of the unit, also helping to stop slippage, if any. This will keep the unit snug when kegs are being replaced. This process is repeated over the remaining kegs that require the BeerTech conditioning unit. The electric wire attached to the BeerTech conditioning unit is then uncoiled and is carefully pulled and taped between the gas and beer pipes. This also ensures that they cannot be snagged when changing or cleaning the pipes. The wire is constantly being taped safe till it reaches the beer line trunking above. Again, this process is carried out before attaching the wires to the distribution block, thus making sure they will reach without extending the wire. If, however, the wire does need extending, colour-coded wires should be used to avoid damage to the unit. Each unit has a white marking running down one of the wires, which is positive or live connection. This wire should be attached to the plus marking on the distribution block. The other wire, which has no marking, should be connected to the negative or neutral, which is the minus marking on the distribution block. If you do extend the wire, use proper connectors or heat shrink wraps. Do not leave bare wires exposed. When the fitter encounters wide pipes, it is possible to remove both caps from end glands. Remove the rubber washers completely and replace gland caps. distribution unit is then located and attached to the wall using the screw lugs on the unit, preferably above the trunking and plugged into the nearest 13 amp power socket. The low voltage trailing cable from the distribution unit is then fed into the trunking and attached to the distribution block at its correct location, making sure the polarity of the wire is correct. A green LED will light on the distribution block when the power is switched on. If this green LED does not light, the connection may be wrong and may damage the distribution unit. Also make sure to tighten the connections properly. The BearTech conditioning unit wires can now be connected to the distribution block, and as stated, taking great care to the positive and negative or live and neutral connections. The white lined wire connected to the plus terminal on the distribution block and the black to the minus terminal. If installed correctly, each BearTech unit will show a green LED that it has been correctly wired. Also that it is functioning properly in its environment. Please tighten all connections with a good headed screwdriver. Again, this process is continued till all units have been correctly wired to the block. Each block can take up to 18 units safely by doubling up on the wire for each BearTech conditioning unit. However, if the kegs are in various parts of the cellar, it is advisable to add more power distribution units rather than run wires through the cellar. Once all the units have been connected, it is advised to tape all the cables together along a beer pipe within the trunking, again making it safe for anybody that may also have work to carry out within the trunking. Once satisfied that all the BearTech conditioning units have been successfully connected and all are showing their green LEDs, the trunking covers are then replaced. All cut wire and packaging debris from the installation carefully picked up, leaving the cellar as you found it. The units are now doing their job, conditioning the beer line, but do stress that the pipe cleaning process described in this DVD be carried out according to the requirements described. Then once this has been done, you will see the benefits the BearTech conditioning unit will bring.